Oh, hey there. I didn't see you. Oh, I was just reading a story. It's called The Tale of Princess Kaguya. It's a really nice, a little sad story. Do you want to hear it? Well then, listen closely. Long ago, on a small village in Japan, lived an old couple with no children. They weren't wealthy. The man was only a bamboo cutter and his wife stayed at home, but they didn't need much since they led a humble life. One day, the man was in the bamboo forest cutting bamboos, because that's his job, when he saw one stalk that was glowing, shining. Curious, the man stepped closer to it, and as he cut it open, he heard the crying of a young baby. And inside, he saw a small baby girl just the size of his thumb. Surprised, he immediately went home to tell his wife. "My dear wife, look what I found in the forest!" the man exclaimed as he burst into their house. "What is it, my husband? What have you got in your arms?" she inquired, peering closer. "A baby! A little baby girl born out of a shining bamboo stalk. She must be a blessing from the gods," he explained jovially. "You're right! The gods must have sent her to us. Thus we must name her properly. Shining Princess of the Young Bamboo. Princess Kaguya," she replied. "Princess Kaguya! What a beautiful name!" After the couple decided to keep the baby, every time the man would cut a bamboo stalk, a small piece of gold nugget would be inside. And in only 3 months, the old couple had become rich. And surprisingly, Princess Kaguya had grown into a beautiful young woman. Words of her otherworldly beauty traveled far and wide. She attracted many men who were interested and wanted her hand in marriage. Out of these men, 5 nobles were most persistent. Princess Kaguya, who didn't want to marry anyone but couldn't outright refuse them, decided to give them impossible tasks to find rare things. And if one of them managed to find this rare thing, she would marry him. Princess Kaguya has agreed to marry one of you 5. If you prove yourself able to find these things she has assigned each of you. The first 3 nobles tried to deceive Princess Kaguya by bringing her fake objects, but she saw through each one. The 4th gave up after almost getting swept up in a brutal storm. The 5th died while trying to get the object. After the failure of these men, the Emperor of Japan had become curious about the rumor of the impossibly beautiful Princess Kaguya, and so he had come to visit her. Unlike the previous men, the Emperor of Japan didn't fall in love with Princess Kaguya immediately. He acknowledged her beauty, but it was her personality and cleverness that made him fall in love with her, and he had asked for her hand in marriage. Though Princess Kaguya rejected him immediately, and she explained her reason. She said that she wasn't from Japan, thus she cannot marry him. 3 years had passed. The emperor and the princess kept in contact by letters. Although the princess continued to refuse his proposals, even after he made solutions where they could be happy. "I beg of you, Kaguya. You must understand that I am irrevocably in love with you. And I trust that you care for me more than you would like to admit. So, why? I could make you happy. I could make us both happy. Please, believe in me, the emperor pleaded. Princess Kaguya went silent before she replied. It is true that I am rather fond of you. I do not detest you as I do many men that had approached me before you. But I am sorry. We cannot be together. It is something beyond my control. That is my final answer. The emperor was heartbroken, but he understood the finality in her tone. If that is truly your final answer, then I shall not bother you further. I'm sorry for my persistence. I wish you still have that fondness of me that you speak of in your heart. Do excuse me. And the emperor walked away. On that particular summer, Princess Kaguya would stay up and stare at the moon with tears in her eyes. The old couple became worried with her behavior, and Princess Kaguya explained herself. I was lying. I am not from Earth. I am a goddess of the moon. I was sent to Earth 3 years ago to get away from the celestial war that was happening on the moon. The gold you found in those bamboo stalks were compensation from the people of the moon for keeping me safe. The old couple was at a loss for words. And soon the people of the moon will descend to Earth to take me back. That shocked the old couple. They immediately went to inform the emperor, and in no time at all, he had sent his greatest guards to protect Princess Kaguya from being taken by the people of the moon. He couldn't come himself as he was at war at the time. Princess Kaguya wrote goodbye letters to each of them. Inside her letters were sad notes and apologies. She gave the old couple her old robe, and for the emperor she attached an elixir of immortality. She then handed the letter and elixir to one of the emperor's guards. Please, deliver this letter to him. Tell him it is from his Kaguya, she told the guard. Later that night, a bright light froze the emperor's guards. They saw an embassy of heavenly beings on clouds descended on the old couple's home. Princess Kaguya stepped closer to them, and she turned around to look at the people in front of her. I love you all, my earthly friends, but it is time I go back to the moon, where my people wait for me. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, she declared. The people of the moon put on a feathery robe on her. And with that, she forgot all of her memories on Earth and all the love she had given and received. They ascended into the sky, taking Princess Kaguya with them to the capital of the moon, while the old couple wept. After Princess Kaguya left Earth, the emperor's guard delivered her letter to him. After reading it, the emperor was overcome with sadness. I wish I could see her for one last time, he whispered, too quiet for anyone to hear. Which mountain is the closest to heaven? He asked his servants. The great mountain of Suruga province, my lord. One of his servants answered, Then bring this letter to that great mountain. Get to the summit and burn it. Let the ashes fly and reach her on the moon. The emperor ordered, What of the elixir, my lord? Burn that as well. I do not wish to live for an eternity without my Kaguya. With no hesitation, the emperor replied. And thus end the tale of Princess Kaguya. She had ascended to the moon, leaving her earthly acquaintances behind in deep sadness over her absence. The end. So, what do we think about the story? Quite a sad, tragic tale, huh? The tale of Princess Kaguya. Well, I hope I was a good storyteller. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.